House of Secrets, The Turpin Children's Escape, 2018. Borrower 12-minute true crime script for hypernatural.ai, the narrator said ominously. 13 children, one ordinary California house, and a midnight phone call that shattered a nightmare built over decades. At 5:49 a.m., a 17-year-old girl slips out a window, clutching an old smartphone she'd hidden for weeks. She dials 911 with hands that have never known freedom. Her voice is halting, practiced in whispers. She tells dispatchers about her parents, David and Louise Turpin, and her 12 siblings. Some chained, all starving. She doesn't know the word for address by heart, but she knows the stakes. She has photographs, proof she's been collecting in secret, pixel by pixel, against the day someone might finally believe her. A deputy finds her on the sidewalk, small, pale, convinced she'll be punished just for breathing too loudly. He asks how long since her last bath. She says she can't remember. When officers enter the home, the air is sour with waste. Beds are stained. Food sits untouched on counters, staged like a cruel joke. In a bedroom, a child is chained to a bed. In another, padlocks on everything but hope. There are toys still in boxes, books on shelves, and a piano missing music. The house looks prepared for a better life that never arrived. From the outside, the Turpins were a quirky religious family who kept to themselves. They moved from Texas to California chasing cheap housing and new starts. But inside, it was a closed system of control, malnutrition, beatings, isolation, and rules designed to erase childhood. Neighbors rarely saw the kids. When they did, the children shuffled in matching clothes, thin as shadows, escorted like a parade no one asked to watch. On social media, the parents posed at Elvis-themed vow renewals, smiling in matching outfits. Offline, time stopped. Punishments were unpredictable. Showers were rationed, bathrooms were locked. The refrigerator was full and forbidden. The kids learned to sneak peanut butter and ice if they could, nibbling at survival. School? It existed only on paper. The parents homeschooled without teaching, forging grades for an audience of none. Birthdays passed without candles. Years passed without milestones. The siblings whispered their own curriculum. Alphabet songs hummed under blankets. Math made from counting cracks in the ceiling. When the parents believed a child had stolen food, they used chains. Not as a metaphor, but as cold metal, around wrists and ankles, to bed frames drilled into walls. Hours bled into days, days into months. The body forgets what compassion feels like. The children slept by counting links like stars. They learned to move only as far as the chain would allow and to dream only as far as the wall would forgive. And yet the children encoded hope, passing notes, teaching each other words, singing softly into their pillows. Hope is stubborn that way. The 17-year-old had been planning for 2 years. She watched music videos in secret, imitating accents, training her voice to sound older, braver. She studied Google Maps offline, memorizing street names like spells. She took photos of the chains on her siblings, stuffed the phone into her pocket, and waited for a night when courage outweighed terror. She rehearsed what to say, her name, her parents' names, the word abuse that felt too big and too small all at once. Paramedics kneel, counting ribs through thin shirts. Some children can barely speak. One in her 20s looks 12. Another can't lift her arms without trembling. Officers photograph bruises, measure shackles, and escort 13 survivors into the morning light. David and Louise Turpin are arrested. The facade collapses, portraits from vow renewals in Vegas, matching outfits, long hair, staged smiles. A life curated for social media, while reality starved just off camera. Behind an evidence line, a neighbor covers her mouth. They seemed normal, she whispers, as if saying it quietly will make it less wrong. Neighbors ask themselves, how did we not see? But abuse can be quiet, constructed from secrecy and shame. The signs were there. They were just inconvenient. We prefer curtains closed and driveways waved at. Reporters swarm. The words House of Horrors trend. Donations pour in. But money can't refill childhoods. Therapy starts with something simpler. Trust that a knock on the door isn't doom. Teachers, nurses, delivery drivers, parishioners, everyone who brushes past a family are part of the safety net. Holes form where indifference pulls. In 2019, the parents plead guilty to multiple counts of torture, false imprisonment, child cruelty, and dependent abuse. A judge tells them their actions were cruel, inhuman, and depraved. They receive 25 years to life. For the children, the sentence is different. Learning to choose their own meals, their own clothes, their own friends. Agency is a language, and they are fluent beginners. Some speak publicly about music, college, and gratitude for sunlight. Others choose privacy. Both are acts of power. Recovery is not linear. Some siblings thrive. College classes, music, new names. Others battle anxiety, confusion, and the weight of catching up. Systems meant to protect can falter, and headlines move on. What does healing look like? It looks like laughter at dinner, like a door that locks from the inside, like a bedtime that's chosen, not enforced. It looks like group chats that don't get monitored, like selfies taken for fun, like learning that hunger doesn't mean punishment is coming. This case isn't only about monsters behind one door. It's about vigilance. Mandatory reporters doing the unglamorous paperwork. Neighbors noticing when children vanish. Social media that shows everything and nothing at all. If something feels wrong, ask. If a story doesn't add up, follow up. The difference between meddling and saving a life is often a phone call. Learn the numbers. Child Help National Child Abuse. Hotline 1-800-4A-CHILD. In the U.S., dial 988 for crisis support. For immediate danger, call 911. A 17-year-old stepped into the dark because there was light on the other side. 13 children walked out of a house built on silence and found an imperfect, noisy world waiting to learn their names. If you suspect abuse, contact Child Protective Services or call 1-800-4A-CHILD. This is not the end of a story. It is the beginning of 13. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and each other. The smallest action can change a life. And as the world turns its pages, the children write new lines every day. A question met with answers. A need with fulfillment. A voice once lost now, echoing through boundaries, beating like music, undeterred by walls. Families are not built on visible threads of connection, but the invisible lines of love and care that endure distances and silence. New traditions spring from old hopes as familiar rights are reclaimed and cherished memories are made. In moments alone, within crowds, beneath skies that watch without judgment, the survivors sculpt futures once unimaginable, harnessing dreams from fragments of resilience. Each day whispers new promises and footsteps forward. The ocean stretches endlessly, a tapestry of possibility and change. Just as the tide recedes but always returns, so do dreams find their way back. As dusk falls, the children stand by the water's edge, their reflections mingling with stars above. It's a moment of convergence, past meeting present, hope meeting horizon. Freedom isn't a destination, it's a journey woven through choices and acts of courage. Like a bird soaring unburdened, each sibling navigates their sky, guided by newfound agency and the enduring wind of hope. With every seed planted, they learn that beginnings are fragile yet strong, like the sapling breaking through earth toward light. Growth is a promise fulfilled by care, attention, and belief. The world can be a garden when nurtured by many hands. The new chapters are written in diaries filled with dreams, laughter shared in captured photos, and first times imprinted on film. A snapshot of a family gathering, where the eyes reflect relief and the unspoken words of, "We made it," breathe in silence. These footprints tell stories untold, stories that belong to them alone now. Every step forward blazes trails for others, emphasizing the truth that healing is both an art and an adventure. For the world is vast and full of paths many wish to walk. It takes courage to choose where to begin, and even greater bravery to persist through unexplored avenues. These children have started their own journey, determined and unfaltering. The walls that once held secrets now shelter joy. Children's laughter fills the spaces, creating echoes of healing that ripple outward, touching lives in ever-widening circles. As the seasons change, so does the neighborhood. It's alive with celebration, a testament to the power of community. Together they embrace the future, turning wounds into windows. Knowledge once locked away is now a key to dreams. With each page turned, new worlds open, offering promises of a future filled with curiosity and understanding. We all orbit under the same stars, our stories intertwining in the vast, shared narrative of life. Though paths may differ, they all lead back to the simplest truth. Hope, in its various forms, is universal. Under a canopy of stars, each light a story, each story a testament to resilience. Every illuminated window whispers of lives rediscovered, dreams rekindled. In the tapestry of their collective journey, no path is ever truly alone. Gathered on the edge of the world, beneath an expanse of sky unbound and wild, the children stand together, a constellation of lives, of friendships forged in shared strength and memory. A silence falls, profound in its simplicity. The night holds its breath. By daylight, they build kingdoms of sand and sea, knowing that while worlds may wash away, the act of creation lives on. For in every tower and fort, there lies the joy of making, the freedom of expression untamed by fear. And as lanterns rise into the infinite night, carrying with them messages of hope, we learn that every dream dared is a spark, an echo of belief sent skyward. The lanterns drift gently, a constellation of wishes, untethered yet ever bound to the dreamers below. In a field scattered with leaves, the children play amongst russet whispers of seasons past and promises renewed. Each breeze carries laughter, a melody unbroken by time. Yet this is not merely their story. It's an ongoing legacy, a reminder of the kindness that binds us all. As these children learn to navigate the vast horizons of their future, they're emboldening others to question, to care, and to act. The seeds of change sow presence, born by both actions seen and unseen. A garden tended with vigilance flourishes in the sunlight, and its fruit is hope actualized, resilient, and unwavering. As dawn kisses the city, vibrancy wakes with its whispers of possibilities. Each heartbeat defies the night, a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. In the bounds of play, they discover universes. A swing that soars defies gravity. A ball exchanged ignites alliances. Here, friendship is a shared journey, a testament to what thrives when barriers fall away. Art breathes from their fingers, emulating the unbounded landscapes of dreams where canvases stretch to meet horizons. Imagination paints visions where hopes brush colors in what was once gray.